Hello there, it's Jay from the Over Manga Cast. Thank you again for tuning in. On this episode, we read volumes 1 through 2 of Sankarea. Recommendation. Yeah. Question for you all, audience members. You know, here on the Over Manga Cast, we do not kink shame in any shape or form, but I do have a few questions.
Hello folks, and welcome back to the Over Manga Cast. My name is Sam, and as always, here at the top of the show, we talk about our familiarity with what it is we read this week. This was a recommendation from a friend of mine that I had failed to relay to the rest of the cast. So, Noel, thank you. Very happy. I promised you that I would shout you out. But it had completely slipped my mind until it ended up in the rest of the rotation of recommendations. So here we are. Matt, how about you?
So Sankarea, I remember reading very probably like when this was released in English. I know I have volume 1 and 2 physically. And I might have read more. I can't remember. But there were things I vividly remembered about this series that I did not see in our reading. So maybe. It's hard to tell. It's been a while.
Yes, the ever dubious memory of I'm pretty sure this thing happens. Jay, how about you?
Never heard of it, but it reminds me so much of a few other series that I had read with similar concepts. Yeah.
All right, and Jacob.
Nope, I'd never heard of this before.
All right, so we start off our reading with actually a fairly gripping opening section of panels where we have our protagonist standing in a rain-soaked graveyard as a girl with her entrails literally hanging out of her abdomen groans his name. No, creepy.
Yeah.
Gripping. Something that might indicate a bit of interest actually happening.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Given what the tagline of this series is, I felt like that was kind of a pretty basic way of starting it.
Yeah.
Him having a
Yeah.
dream of zombie girlfriend and then
Yeah.
going to school.
Yeah, that's kind of paint by
yeah,
numbers when it comes to this sort of thing. Not that that's
Uh,
necessarily a problem, but
in my opinion, that's the sort of thing where it's like vanilla is basic, but vanilla's popular for a reason, you know?
yeah, no, that's a fair way of putting it.
I will say, Chihiro, our main protagonist, looks like a hentai doujin protagonist if that person was also, like, cat-coded every single time they are
He
mentioned.
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah. It,
I
it
agree.
kind of gives it away of it's what genre or who it should appeal to. I don't know
This
if
is
that says
targeted at a
more
very
about
specific group.
I don't know if that says more about me or if I have know already where this is potentially going.
Yeah. This has a weirdly intense amount of like H manga energy.
But also not enough H manga
Yeah.
energy, weirdly.
No, this is oh god, what was it's the take them off panties time travel one. It has the same problem as that where it's like
Takamine-san, yeah.
it's not explicit enough to enjoy it on that aspect, but it's also got too much of it to ignore. So if you're not looking at that because you're not interested in that, then this is going to just be either annoying or uncomfortable. I will say this is not nearly as bad as that series, like not even close, but I mean, like we've honestly the entire time that we've been, building up to actually doing the episode, we've been humorously but not inaccurately referring to it as gooner bait. It is. It's fine for what it is, but it's there's a very particular appeal to it, and if you aren't into that sort of thing, you're going to hop off of it basically as soon as the first speaking female character shows up.
Like we open up with everybody walking home from school or walking to school. I don't know.
I believe
There's
it's to school, but it doesn't matter.
They
There's
literally
transpor-
never go back to the school again.
there's transportation between home and school, and our protag is sleepy. He's yawning, and his friends.
People who have a conversation with him in this chapter and never talk to him again in our reading.
My favorite characters: Twink and Sex Pest.
You say that, but that's most like friend characters in 2000s manga. like
Yeah.
Okay.
Ichigo's friends are Twink and Sex Pest.
You guys also thought that Mogi was a girl, right?
No.
I did not, but I see why you did, because he's drawn the way that certain female characters are.
They make a huge deal on the page he's introduced that there is a separate girls' school and it's so much better than the kind of shitty boys' school they go to.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I was honestly expecting these characters to, matter at all and that to come up.
Maybe it was me not really listening when the premise was explained or whatever, but I thought that this was going to be a zombie apocalypse, not an individual case by case instance of necromancy. I thought this was going to be High School of the Dead tier zombie hordes.
Yeah. It's sort of funny because one of the this is going ahead a little bit, but one of the places I was kind of the most interested in is I was wondering if that's the direction it was going to go because of things that happen later.
Yeah, there's reason to believe that it could happen.
But yeah, this is more of a personal, individual, and not very societally disrupting kind of story.
Yeah.
Not very societally disrupting because nobody is capable of hearing plot relevant discussions if they're not being directly addressed. We'll get to Chihiro's family. Oh my god.
But yeah, basically the over and under, there's a very prominent girls' school in this town that's very desirable to go to. It's a whole girls' academy thing. And there is a kind of mid-tier boys' school. That's all they have in this town.
They're literally on opposite sides of the canal just to highlight the distance between them.
Yes. They keep the women separated completely because they are all beautiful and pristine and top tier is the whole thing. Sex Pest friend goes on a whole monologue about how he transferred to this kind of shitty boys school specifically so he could get near these girls, but they keep an entire moat in between them for very good reason.
Yes, for creeps like this man. Yeah, like this kid.
And then we see three female characters drawn in detail and then a horde of similar girls, of which only the one in the very center matters, which is Sankarea, who is the titular character. And yeah, she is pretty. She is top tier, is what the general zeitgeist is about her. Which is saying something, considering Chihiro's cousin shows up and bam.
Yeah, Chihiro's cousin, Wonko's a whole thing.
Yeah. This is the character I was referring to as you're going to immediately know if this is your vibe or not based entirely off of her.
You see, she's cool because she's got a choppier pixie cut and her school uniform is a size too big, so it's kind of baggy, but she's got huge boobs, so you can see those very clearly, and she just walks up and talks to boys like it ain't no thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's not like other girls.
She's got that upperclassman kind of big sister vibe, and she shares an interest with the main character.
Boy, howdy, the manga will not let you forget the big sister vibe.
Yeah.
Uh, th- th- she really wants this to be an episode of Sis Confidential. But they're cousins. So that's not better, but it's better, but it's
It's
not.
not
It's
illegal in
not good.
Japan.
It's not illegal, and it's also not illegal in several U.S. states.
I don't think that's true.
Depending on the
Ugh.
amount of degrees of separation, I'm not getting into it.
They're
Well, let's not
direct
get
cousins. They share a grandfather.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Oh.
she will always introduce herself as Chihiro's older sister.
Yes.
Well, because they were essentially raised together. I get it. I get the dynamic.
Well,
Yeah.
that is true, but also it's pretty clear she has a fetish. Like, let's be honest.
She actually like pulls up her skirt to flash him and his friends as she runs away.
Because she knows it's forbidden.
Yeah.
Ooh la la. Do not take the
Like-
bait.
Of
Also,
course,
Flash.
Sex Pest Boy is like, I didn't realize you had it going on, man.
Also, we say flash, we mean slightly upper thigh. Like,
Yeah.
this is...
Yeah. Which, considering how unabashed this manga is about showing this character in particular's boobs.
Yeah, they really... There's a weird tonal decision here. Because, like, it's... I don't
It
know.
is the first chapter, I guess. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we basically get the whole over-under that Chihiro is very obsessed with zombie media because he is a high schooler in the 2000s. That was just the fad at the time. And yeah, his whole thing is he doesn't really care about living girls. He's all about zombies.
Sorry, he experienced zombie media at a formative point in his life.
And like all your church elders do try and warn you, if you like anything fictional, you immediately try and make that thing real. So he's currently doing scientific experiments to bring the dead back to life because he found a scroll in his attic with a magic spell on it.
I love how unexplained this is. He's just like, yeah, every night I ride out to this abandoned like hotel thing, this like empty concrete edifice in the middle of nowhere, and I do my weird fucked up experiments because the stray cat my family adopted got hit by a car, but I just found this necromantic scroll. Whoa, I'm gonna raise the dead.
Oh, I forgot it's even less specific than I remembered. It's so I decided to use an old book I found somewhere last year.
I'm trying out the secret technique it described.
I think it had to have been in his attic because of what we find out later. But
yeah, this first chapter doesn't care. It's establishing a premise and just trying to speedrun it, and then takes forever to get to the point, so I'm not sure it's really speedrunning anything. But
Step 9, grind poison grass.
what could
Read.
poison grass be?
I mean, there are a lot of grass poison types.
Mhm.
Vileplume, Victory Bell.
I think
Venusaur.
Vileplume would be a good reagent in a reanimating potion.
But anyway, because he goes to an abandoned hotel room to do this zombie magic, which is the weird thing about this is nothing he's doing requires him to be in the abandoned hotel room. Like, this is all just like stuff he could be doing in his room.
Well, it's the aesthetic.
It's the aesthetic. He's a 15-year-old boy. He's very concerned with the aesthetic.
It's so he can be directly next to the abandoned well that it turns out that Sankarea comes to every single night so that she can scream cathartically into the well about how she hates her family because her dad molests her. Which,
Yeah.
I wish my dad would stop taking naked pictures of me every year to chart my growth.
they treat this so laissez-faire is the thing.
Well, like, here's the thing. The beginning of this scene, like with her like yelling into the well, it's like, okay, this is an interesting character. You know, it's like she's someone who feels trapped by her privilege, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, this is pretty standard, but this is fine. And then it's the last panel of it, which is just like, wait a minute. It just like flashbangs you with this, like, that's a crime. It's close enough as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not a bad character introduction for a privileged character to go somewhere like where she thinks she's alone and just like yell her frustrations into the abyss. Like, it's just like the fact that it just suddenly takes this really, really serious, hard turn into something very concerning, and then it just doesn't. We're just. It's gonna keep bringing this up, but it's never gonna directly address it.
Oh, it'll directly address it at one point.
Yeah, there is some tonal weirdness here when how it handles some stuff. But because he reacts so surprised that, oh wow, this immediately jumped in severity, he overreacts and then is spotted, which amazing that she heard him like in the
Spit take.
hotel. He heard the spit take in the rain from like 2 floors away. But
But the plot
I'm
has to
convinced.
happen.
I'm convinced that hearing in this does not exist until it's dramatically relevant. Because
Well,
Rhea will hear everything that Chihiro says, but his family will hear nothing when they're literally screaming plot relevant details.
that's how it goes. Oh, so anyway, they're awkwardly sitting on both sides of the hotel room couch, which is a great like page turn scene transition. But the idea that she walked into the abandoned hotel all the way and they had to like organize what room he's actually in so that they could awkwardly sit not talking to each other on sides of the couch. It's like the logistics of how you got to this scene is insane to me. But
Also, it bears mentioning that every panel Chihiro was in, not even necessarily comedy panels, but like 95% of panels he's in, he has vertically slitted pupils and his hair
Yeah,
is
Is
he's a
set up to look
cat.
like cat ears, yeah.
it's
His ears
mussed in the
too.
shape of cat ears, and or he literally has cat ears.
It's both.
It's both.
it does seem that it goes more and more into he just literally has cat ears sometimes. Like
I don't know what the cat, like the animal cat symbolism is supposed to indicate here because
he doesn't
Wow.
like people and he plays with dead things.
is that it? Like, is that the trope? Because I immediately
No,
went to Loveless.
I believe
Uh,
Matt. I believe Matt.
See, the thing for me is my immediate reaction is I think you're reading too much into it. Matt's explanation is good, but I don't want to give the manga that much credit. Which is really saying something because it's me.
Oh, but anyway, Rhea is processing a lot and then finally like erupts in like, look, okay, I've been screaming a bunch of shit, but my family's really protective of their name. Look, I will do whatever you want. Just don't tell anyone about what I said tonight. He's like, oh, so I can tell them about what you've been saying yesterday and every previous night for like a week. And she's like,
Don't be a
oh
jerk.
God, oh no. That's clearly not what I meant, but Jesus Christ. I
It's a little turd burger. I hate these men.
Yeah. He's just like, oh, but don't worry. I don't care about living girls. I just want to reanimate my dead cat. Reanimation, huh? So you can reborn me into a different life? That's not what I said at
That's not
all.
what I
Yeah,
said.
I was like immediately jumped onto that. I'm like, whoa, I said a cat. A little kitty.
But I think it's really cool that you would do anything for your best little friend Bub. Okay, yeah, you're right, but please stop so earnestly getting into a place where you flash your cleavage at me.
Ugh. There is a kind of a, they use it for the Gooner bait nonsense plenty, but there is a sort of fun back and forth between the two of them where he'll say something clearly as a joke to try to rile her up, and she just takes it at complete face value because she doesn't have a lot of experience with
He's
people.
supposed to be naive. We totally
Yeah.
get the naive, like sheltered girl trope, and this is someone who's unconventional, and you're like, ooh, you're doing something interesting. Ooh, how can I perhaps, I think it's a little bit of both. Of course, she's interested in what he's doing, but also she's like, how can I potentially better my situation
Yeah, break
here.
out of my shell. And like I like the places where it's like it's more character driven than like comedic or anything to do with like the blocking aspect of it, where it's like he says something out of pocket. It's something that a part of him actually genuinely wants. Like he makes a comment about reanimating her as a zombie, and it's like he has no expectation that this will ever happen. And honestly, probably doesn't want it just completely, because the logistics of the situation would be too hard. So he's voicing this fantasy that he has because he knows it's not going to happen and that she's going to react negatively, and then she's like, "Y- yeah," and he doesn't know how to
Well,
respond to that.
I mean, if you do that, you'll take care of me, right? You'll take responsibility? Which is the most
Yes. It's
okay, you're
100% leading to that,
It
yes.
it's the
the metaphor is smacking you in the face with a positive pregnancy test.
it's that's a more serious interpretation of a bit they do between them a lot, which is I think it's because she's such a naive character. They essentially set up "that's what she said" jokes and then have Chihiro react to it, but because he's a passive main character, he doesn't actually inform
Do
her.
anything. Yeah.
He just does a reaction. Earlier in our this chapter, she says something along the lines of, "Just once I want to show my love to an animal," and we see him just backing off screen, not wanting to interact with what she just said. Like,
Whoa, too serious. Too
hold on, no,
serious.
hold on. We're in a serious scene. I can't do my reaction I do later to
I'm
weird.
15 years old. I don't know how to be emotionally vulnerable.
I just know how to make "that's what she said" jokes. Oh no. But yeah, so he's gung ho. He's like, ooh, can't get real zombie girlfriend, but close enough to have fake zombie girlfriend.
Mhm.
And then they watch zombie movies together.
Which is cute.
Yeah, we have a bit of trying to figure out what the last ingredient of the reanimation potion is.
Yes, the poison grass. Asterisk.
Which clearly must be hydrangeas. Why must it be hydrangeas? Oh, well, didn't you know they grow all over our town? They're just literally everywhere.
I do love the panel of this where it's like, oh, I tripped and flashed under my skirt. And meanwhile, Chihiro is just like, huh, there's some plants over there. Go get those hydrangeas.
Well, no, she decides to go get them herself because uh, she makes the incredibly intelligent decision of climbing a hill with in heels.
As she does. I will say this manga
Great page turn.
This manga, for being as gooner baited as it is, really loves setting up upskirts and then not doing them. It's just like, no, that's privacy. We just want to say we're doing it.
It has a weird sense of that sort of thing. And honestly, to some extent, it does kind of give it a I don't want to say I respect it for it, because obviously it's it is what it is. But I don't know. I guess the parts where it does actually drop the other shoe and just show something becomes a little bit, it's more surprising because of all the number of times that it doesn't actually go for it.
Yeah.
Less is more kind of thing.
Now, counterpoint. I'm all for not just throwing as much gooner bait as you can in the chapter. But when you take away it, could you then replace it with some plot or something happening? That'd be great.
Yes, yes. I agree
No.
with this.
No, we're going to tease an upskirt on the sheltered girl. And then in the space of a single page, our hero will somehow teleport to the ridge in order to save her from falling.
Well, yeah.
He spotted her halfway up that cliff. And then when she reached the top, she was about to slip. And he somehow ran across the entire valley to grab her. I don't care.
I'm also looking at how he's grabbing her. It doesn't look like he's got any ledge he's standing on. So I don't know how
he's just
holding
hanging
her
off the tree.
Yeah, like he's not pulling her back up. Like,
Yep.
Now they're both just stuck there, but we cut later and they're making the reanimation potion.
yeah. And we find out there's a whole thing about how her dad always told her not to eat the hydrangeas because they're poisonous. And then
Mhm.
Chihiro goes, "Oh yeah, my grandfather with horrible dementia eats them all the time."
Grandpa, we'll talk about this later. Grandpa is amazing.
Grandpa needs to be in a home. I guess
I
he
think
does
if
have a
Grandpa went
loving
into a home,
family
he'd
that
start
supports him.
decomposing because I'm 90% certain that he's a necromancer that turned himself into a zombie.
Yeah,
know?
I mean that tracks.
That does
Honestly,
track.
I'd believe it.
He also has a
Ugh.
loving family that supports him, so I guess he's in a good place.
he's being monitored. He is. He just when he has a spell, he really goes off the rails. Yeah, but he's being monitored.
Yeah. So anyway, they make their like wheatgrass smoothie looking magic potion. It
I'm just
literally
like,
looks like something you get from a Jamba Juice. Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, this whole time, what's his name? Chihiro. This whole time, Chihiro's like, because he's been doing this for a while. He's kind of been on the downslope of, yeah, I'm probably gonna quit this soon because and like, there's like a whole thing about how he's like, I don't even know if this is what my cat Bub would want. I'm just being selfish because I don't want to say goodbye to him. I recognize that, and it sort of ties back to like a couple of the interactions that he's had with her, where it's like he doesn't really expect reanimation to be possible, and like the logistics of it, if it were to work, would be so nightmarish that like there's a part of him that's okay with failing and like using all these failures as an excuse to not do it anymore. And I believe they commit to it's like, okay, well, when the hydrangea doesn't, we're out of ideas, we're not going to do it anymore. But of course, the plot has to happen, so of course the last thing they try is what works.
yeah, there's also like a weird kind of emotional thing that he was doing this to like avoid processing Bub's death, and the fact that he made a friend through doing it who he felt like comfortable enough to open up to is kind of allowing him to move on from his cat dying. But then his cat comes back to life. Spoilers. So, and then he doesn't really interact with his cat again, which is another thing.
Yeah.
The cat just kind of like lives off in the wilderness, occasionally grazing on hydrangea leaves as it needs it.
So maybe this
Yeah,
was
the
never
cat
actually like his pet. This was just like a stray cat on his property, and this like
Well,
whole
wasn't it
zombie.
just a random cat that he just, I guess, decided to adopt?
His parents let him take in the house,
Mm.
basically.
But yeah, this cat really becomes mascot character.mp3.
Yeah. But anyway, like we said, he gives up on Bub because he fed him the potion. He doesn't come back to life. And Rhea has a whole thing about like, hey, I mean, we can still hang out because I really did enjoy being with you. Well, I guess this is it for the night. I'm just gonna head off. And he's just like, you really picked up your ankle. Not gonna deal with this. He picks her up, puts her on the end of his bike. She's like, oh my god, I cannot process this.
So much contact, so much contact. It's so romantic. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure this girl like consumes some kind of romance genre.
There's got to be something going on there. But so he gives her a bike ride back to her house, which I
'Cause
just
he's a
want to point out.
gentleman.
This bike ride lasts a while, and it's clear this abandoned hotel was on like the opposite side of town from where her house is, which means she's been sneaking out of her house to walk to the other side of town every single night for like
Gotta get her
a
steps
week
in.
and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta get her steps in.
Also, his bike ride took him over a do not cross, like, dilapidated bridge. But you know what? A girl's got to have hobbies, I guess.
Yeah. But
And the plot needs to happen.
Plot,
Yeah.
plot, 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 plot.
and she's just
Plot,
like,
plot, plot,
hey,
plot.
don't bring me up to my door. My dad's kind of weird. You heard me scream out all my trauma, so you know. And he's just like,
This is true.
gotcha, girl. I'm just gonna walk weirdly into the woods. Sounds good.
That's not suspicious at all.
And then we cut to a man with a porno mustache and a bathrobe looking out his window through binoculars, going like, "What's this?"
Who What could this be?
You know how a lot of series will like have these like unintended implications of something being way creepier than it is. This isn't that.
This manga's well aware of how creepy this is, but then
Yep.
just has other things like he beats the shit out of his daughter off panel, and that's just what happens. Like
He beats his daughter off panel, and then page turn, Wonko's boobs
yeah, and I'm just like,
in the bath.
I don't get why only she is portrayed this way in this Goonerbait manga. Like, I would have expected more characters like this, but it's literally only her.
Yeah.
Like, she's got denim booty shorts on.
And the
like,
manga will not let you not notice that.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Calling
them
the amount of
shorts is
panels,
also
that's just an ass shot of Wonko in the denim booty shorts.
yeah, like it's almost like I'm reading a completely different manga than the like two people bonding over grief and trauma, and then like the horrible realization that this like one outreach caused suffering to the person like who was finding relief through it. And then we cut to, hey, I'm your cousin in the Daisy Dukes. You want to extend the family lineage?
Oh my god, you mean the wreath? Yes, I would love that.
Yeah, the family wreath.
Uh,
It's a vine.
She's literally just like in his room going like, hey, you wanna watch some zombie movies? I can make you talk.
What?
you want to watch some zombie movies? This can be a metaphor or not.
Do you want to watch some zombie movies? And by watch, I mean put on in the background.
You've been going places since Bub died, and like, were you just grieving or were you getting freaky? I wasn't doing anything of the sort. What's that mysterious scratching noise coming out of the icebox I've had the cat's corpse in?
Opens the door to the icebox. Zombie cat jumps out.
Yeah, I was wondering if this was going to be the start of a full apocalypse scenario.
Me too.
That
I
would
was
be a
hoping
plot.
that it was. There were several moments in this manga where I thought Wonko was going to be eaten by a zombie and become like infected one.
Oh my god, no, even better than that. Like imagine like the cat runs off and then like dramatic irony bites Ray's dad. Like
That would be
and
That would
that
be
starts
something.
the zombie apocalypse somehow. I guess the cat would have had to bite other people on the way.
Listen, we don't know what happens later in the manga.
Probably
But it
not
didn't
that.
happen in our reading, and therefore it never happened, and I'm disappointed.
But yeah, so we cut to very bruised Ray. Oh,
Sorry, yeah. I love how much Wonko's tank top is form-fitting entirely to her boobs and nothing else.
no, yeah, her tank top is drawn as if it is a swimsuit. Like which it might be. I don't it's weird.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Who knows? Either way, Ray is like, man, my life sucks. I'm constantly abused by my father, sexually and physically and emotionally. I kind of want to just commit suicide.
Which is clearly something she's been considering for a while because she stole the potion from not working, and she's like, well, it's got poison in it, so
Let me just drink this and go to sleep forever. And she wakes up the next morning like, damn, I couldn't even die right. This sucks. Which, this was the part where the manga started to actually grip me. It's like, okay, Rhea has real pathos to her. She's got, emotional depth. She's got struggle. She's got, this, that, the other thing, stuff that gives a character texture. Like, yeah, she lives in fetish rich person household with her gooner dad and her mom who is
Yeah, we're introduced to her mom at this point, but like, yeah, like this is this is a very very dark situation that she's in. There's an interesting character to explore in that scenario. Like, unfortunately, this kind of thing does happen in real life, and exploring a character going through those emotions can be like cathartic and provide for something.
Honestly, I would love to see the anime adaptation of just the opening of chapter 3 with Rhea waking up, blinking blearily, realizing she's not dead, going downstairs, taking a deep breath, with a dead expression the whole time, and then flinging open the door to the dining room, putting on her Genki girl expression because that's what she has to do. Like that's pathos. I like that.
Yeah. And he comes to breakfast. Her dad's being served by one of the many maids they have in the house. Her
Mhm.
mom's all dressed up in her business lady director of a company, I believe is what she is.
Yeah.
Who seems to have checked out of this relationship, probably because she knows what her husband's like, and it's just like,
I believe that Sanka Arya's outfit could best be described as business leader as a tag on Pornhub.
I was about to say female CEO, the Pornhub tag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, this manga, it goons tastefully.
Sure.
When we get to the entire arc of her in a sheer like negligee that has her boobs prominent on every panel, like
Well, you have to know, yes, she is a very successful CEO, but she's also hot and yeah.
some
So
would say those
really,
two are connected.
yeah,
eh,
yeah, definitely. And so you just have to be like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong with this man?" We know what's wrong with this man. But
Yeah.
what's wrong with this man to not notice his wife and what she's got
There
going
is
on?
and she
this
uses
is
her
later.
bedazzled flip phone to text like male prostitutes.
Yeah, she's they even mention it. She's completely checked out. She just goes to like random male hosts whenever she needs something, and she's just like,
Mm.
yeah,
She is literally only still in the marriage for her husband's dick. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, no, there's
she
a
literally says it's a good
Yeah.
thing you're hot.
I know.
It's
That's
really
what I
that's
was going to
it.
mention. It's later on, but she makes some comment of like, "Why am I even here?" Well, I guess he is hot.
Mhm.
It's like it's a good thing you're hot or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
She's an actually almost sympathetic villain.
Well, yeah, because it's strongly implied that yes, there was some chemistry, and then they had the daughter, and then it went completely wackadoodle. Yeah.
Oh,
So Sam, I will say this. What I do remember of when I last read this, hold your horses on how
Okay.
sympathetic you think she is.
Oh,
oh,
no,
wonderful.
I don't think either of them are sympathetic, but at least from the dynamic as it's explained thus far, there was some attraction until there wasn't, and
No, it's still there. The,
they
the
make no pre
attraction just
they make no pretenses of going. Well, at least the mom makes no pretenses
Yeah.
of what it is.
I-
She's very vocal about it. The maids all know. Everyone knows.
I just happen to think the mom was more sympathetic than the dad, who, after his daughter got born, immediately booked lifetime round trip tickets to Epstein Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, God,
God, when did this come out?
That's a good question because they all have flip phones like it's the early 2000s.
Well, we're going back that way because we want our dumb phones back. So
2009. 2009.
2009.
The writer could have been to Epstein Island and then wrote his experience.
Oh my god.
2009, 1 year after 1 year after the first conviction.
Yep. He knew. He knew.
amazing.
That's why Denichiro Sanka wanted to escape to America so bad.
Oh man. No, honestly, I'm just gonna say it. I wish that this guy was played as less of a joke than he was. I would have been so much more
God, yeah, if he like
I
just
would have
an
been so much
actual villain, that'd be
like
great.
like okay, I want to be clear about the context in which this sentence is constructed. I would have been so much more okay with him as a character if the way he is was just pure villainy and evil. If this manga went full dark, not funny, this isn't something to joke about. He's not a goober. He's not a silly funny haha gets outsmarted by like if he was just as evil as his actions are, then that would be genuinely very interesting. The problem is he's a silly, haha, funny goober. Like it trivializes how utterly fucked up everything he does is. There is not a single panel, there's not a single word balloon that I don't want to put his head on a pike. And if it was going for that, that would be like obviously it wouldn't be fine in the context of the story, but that would be
an acceptable story decision.
that would be a compelling villain.
It's
Because
weird.
at this point, I mean, we are very strongly, cheering the separation of, this is not a safe space. You should definitely get away from your father. Permanently. I mean, from space.
I
Sneak it
think
from
I think
space.
all people should be away from her father because he should be under the prison.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just like if you're trying to have me read generously into this is a father who just legitimately wants the best for his daughter, you failed. This is making this is making me
It-
crawl and making me like absolutely freaking not.
It's weird because what the manga in everything other than Rhea's reaction to him, the manga portrays him as like the gag manga overprotective dad cliche. That's like,
Mhm.
Mm.
I love my daughter and she cannot date because no one will love her like me.
Yeah, haha, yeah, overprotective dad trope. And
I
then you
real
made it weird.
Well, it's always weird. It's kind of where I was going with that. Because the one example I can think of is uh I'm blanking on the school president and the um Oshinoko author's previous
Oh.
series that
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
her
yeah.
relationship with her dad is also abusive,
Um,
but it's that like super rich kind of exaggeration that kind of takes it away from reality.
Where
And that's how it's
they don't see their children as people, kind of.
I'm saying
Yeah.
like the work of fiction is portraying it so outlandishly that you're allowed to like feel a bit of levity about the situation because it's so ridiculous. There's a level of realism that's stripped away,
Yeah,
which
it's
is how they seem like they're portraying him up until Rhea reacts to him like an abuse victim.
Mm.
And it's
I mean like the thing is
yeah,
it is
Kaguya-sama.
Yeah.
That's the one that's the
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
I love
like
Kaguya-sama. Love it.
it's very good. Yeah, no, because like the way that there is a comedy character like father of the rich girl archetype who is so overprotective of his daughter, it's funny. And it's like if you take that and put it into the real world, it suddenly becomes really creepy and abusive. This is treating it like the funny comedy trope, but all of the unintended implications of that trope are explicitly true here.
Mhm.
Yep.
And like it's not just a wow, it's realistic enough it's crossed over into creepy territory. He actually does the creepy thing
Yeah.
that are implied, but not true for the comedy characters.
Yeah,
But
but
they
the problem
still act like he's one of the comedy characters. He's not.
Yeah, and even Chihiro acts as if he is like like the comedy antagonist.
Yeah.
Rhea is the only one who reacts like how serious this actually is to her. But the manga doesn't seem you want to and like the manga doesn't seem to want you to empathize with her to that degree.
Yeah,
Like
but I think
We
that
are
the big
skipping ahead quite a bit.
I'm talking about this scene that's happening right now of
this
him,
current scene, yeah, no, this current scene does
You
this
know what?
too.
I was the one skipping ahead. You two are correct. Please continue.
no, he's
like,
creepy in a lot of scenes. This is just one of them.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the thing is, this is actually kind of skipping ahead, but just sort of like I've sort of now that we're talking about it, sort of crystallized in my mind what the ultimate problem is. There are scenes where he is alone that are played for comedy. That I think is the ultimate problem. Like there are places where he is not playing to anybody, he's not performing a character to anybody, and yet he's still being the haha funny silly goober. Isn't this guy so goofy and over the top? Where it's clearly being played to us, the reader. We are meant to take away that he's just a haha funny silly goober. And that's what strips the sympathy away from the situation that Ray is in, because if he's this funny and and like portrayed as harmless in the same breath as him literally showing the crimes he's committed, it creates this like, this has got to be an unintended dissonance between what Rhea is dealing with is very real, very mundane, very up and evil and bad real world abuse, but the character is not being presented to the audience as being a real life abuser.
Yeah, because like the context of this scene too is him just being like, "Hey, It's like the classic like pull and response abuse tactic of like, "Hey, look, Daddy's here, and we're just not gonna let you go to school for a while. You did bad, and we're just gonna work, and then maybe you can go back to school in a little bit." But and she's like, "Oh yes, of
You made
course."
me hate kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. And then he's just like, "Oh, by the way, that boy you were with, oh, she actually leaves, and he's having this conversation with the butler, but it's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we found out who that boy she was with is." So he's just like, "Castrate him."
Yeah.
And
But the fact is that she immediately assumes this. So I'm pretty sure this conversation, or at least allusions to this conversation, have happened before because she immediately knows he's in trouble.
well, it's also Sam's favorite thing he was bringing up constantly was being able to hear people seems to just not matter. Because like, why would you have this conversation when she's
In
within?
earshot of her.
It's not even within earshot. She's within eye shot of him. He can see her.
Yeah, it's silly.
But
And like, honestly, like the comment of castrate him, it's one of those ones where it's like, am I supposed to take this threat seriously? Because his abuse is real enough that I would expect him to actually literally do that. But if it was a comedy overprotective dad, then that wouldn't be literal. I don't know what I'm supposed to take away from this.
yeah, and like the tonal dissonance we've been talking about, like the scene of him saying castrate him is all like dark and ominous, and then we cut to her reaction of like, Fuyara-kun is in danger, and it's just ba-dump, 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 but it's just a full, like, crotch shot of her. So it has the unfortunate implication of just like, "Oh no, my boyfriend's dick's in danger. I gotta save him."
Or like she's turned on by the thrill of it, which
Yeah,
makes it
like
feel less real. And it's like, pick a lane. And it's like a lot of times a series will like be caught between two ideas, and it's like it makes it like less enjoyable because it's like, no, this one I cannot stress enough, pick a fucking lane, because one of them is about real world abuse. It is not fucking funny to skirt the line on this one. Like,
yeah, it's
it made
weird.
me genuinely uncomfortable. I was kind of enjoying it up to this point.
And we're so early in.
Yeah, it's clear. The author notes at the end make it very clear that these first couple of chapters were kind of like seat of the pants, like because the original concept got shot down by the editor, so it got quickly reworked into something else. But that doesn't. We're judging the story by what we're reading, so
Yeah, the final version, yeah, no, and I mean, like, there is a really cool, really dark story, and like you can have comedy in a story like that, but don't have the abuser be a joke. I think is the long and
Yeah,
short of it, and we can.
was a Fruits Basket. Fruits Basket. That guy is just awful, and he's allowed to be awful, and things can be funny in the Funny Haha series. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I had
Exactly.
to put Fruits Basket down for that reason, and this was like I was at a younger age. I couldn't do that. Fruits Basket. So I mean, like, I don't tolerate that kind of stuff either because this is not funny to me.
So anyway, speaking of tonal dissonance, we cut to Chihiro and his not older sister and his actual younger sister, who I
Yes.
will say, for the gooner bait this manga is, treats his younger sister with so much respect. Like,
It really does.
the 12-year-old is allowed to just be a child, and I'm like, good job, manga.
It's so weird. Like,
This is such a short bar to clear, but you know what? You cleared it, manga.
and considering
to
the
ya.
number of manga that don't, like we're gonna celebrate this. Like, I made the joke before about the manga gooning respectfully, but it kind of weirdly does.
Mhm. So anyway, they're trying to chase down his zombie cat. His cousin negs him a little bit more. It doesn't really matter. They're chasing after the zombie cat. And because Chihiro's just a dick, his cousin gets her ass stuck in the tunnel they're climbing through because she
Her
thick.
ass too fat.
Ass and boobs.
She
I-
too thick, and
I-
he just leaves her stuck in a tunnel to die.
Yes.
I was legitimately surprised that did not further degrade into like a stuck in wall fetish thing.
Well, obviously, Sam, it's because you weren't there. But yeah.
Whoa! Am I the perpetrator or
strays
the
over
victim?
here. Oh. Also, like, this is another great scene of what I was saying earlier. Of like, this manga loves setting up like upskirts, but like even in the tunnel, fully shaded out. Like what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we then cut to Chihiro's friends who are just Beavis and buttheading up against the side of the.
I mean,
the
are,
chain
Which
link.
means
are
this
they
is
supposed to be
happening
the
during
I assume they're trying to be the comedic relief like characters, but they don't do that functionally for me. They are just like literal sex pests. They annoy me so much.
one of them is a sex pest. The other is being assaulted. Like,
Yeah.
The other is a twink.
He's just kind of there.
He's the platonic ideal of twink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the sex pest needs somebody to play off of is the thing, and nobody
Yeah.
else wants to be around it.
So anyway, Rhea's trying to find Chihiro. He didn't go to school because he was chasing after Bub. So they're all trying to track each other down. We then find out that the Sanka family has like just squads of anonymous hitmen who are constantly like it's like the John Wick universe of random people working for this like family.
Yeah.
There's in any other universe a very artful nude in his office. Unfortunately, that's of his daughter.
Of his daughter, who cannot possibly have been old enough to be in that nude.
Double-digit age at that point.
All of them are high schoolers.
Like, yeah.
I mean,
there's no
She's 16
circumstance
as of point of this manga.
Yeah.
That could be this year and it's still not good.
Yep.
They set him up as such like a monster, and then we've been through this again. It's the same problem.
Yeah.
But then we find out
Chihiro finds Bub noshing on some hydrangea leaves.
Mhm.
And that puts him at exactly the correct position to see Rhea making her way up the mountainside towards the old hotel, as Daddy Dearest finds her. And again, really good paneling. The paneling of like Donichiro taking his gloves off, and then like the overlay of his hand like omnipresent on the panel as it zooms in on the shot of Rhea's face, as he's just like, "You're a smart girl. I can forgive you. You're my daughter." Right until she slaps his hand away. Like, that is actually really fucking good panel work.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a really great scene up until
and it's like every moment where Rhea confronts her father, I'm like, damn, this is actually super gripping and really well written, but
I
guess asterisk.
I guess I would just really prefer the paneling to not imply like he's specifically like, "Hey, father, can I just have a little bit of freedom?" And he's just like, "Freedom? Freedom to do what specifically? You mean to go outside, glance down on her, like holding her hands against her crotch, or do you mean the freedom to love?" And I'm like,
the freedom to get pregante.
No, someone will have to take responsibility for you.
Oh.
Let's have this argument against one of our town's many dangerous cliff sides.
Yeah.
This looks like a Pokemon route, to be honest. Like,
it really is.
I knew they could have used Vileplume.
Bub climbs up the cliff.
What is this cute little noise he makes? I don't even know what it's like.
Nyaba.
Nyaba.
Yeah, but
He apparently had a very nasally meow.
I guess.
I love how much. Okay, but it is once again making the monster comedic. But like the amount that the dad panics to the very small cat.
I kind of want to unpack this. I also have an allergy to cat. I'm not terrified on like pain of death of this little tiny house cat. It looks not even like, oh my god. I want to unpack that. Why this reaction to the cat?
I think part of it is that it's a beat up stray.
But the cat's not hissing at him. It's not, doing anything. It's just saying, hello. You just react like, oh my god.
But he goes to get out his bullwhip like all evil authoritarian characters have. And Rhea, in attempting to physically interpose herself between Bub and the whip, falls off the cliff and gets disemboweled by a tree root that is like posed like a scythe.
Yes.
It's actually hard as shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, I have no notes. I mean, honestly, looking at these panels, it's like, how, what?
No, it's like the fall itself would have been bad enough, but the fact that it ripped her guts out because she just so happened to hit that jagged spur of root and rock. It's like,
The
damn.
perfect spot.
To get the aesthetic guts spilling.
Especially because he's got like the bullwhip.
Yeah, because you carry a bullwhip around with you everywhere.
I hate to be the one to point this out. It's actually worse than a bullwhip.
Oh, it is a.
It's
It's
got
a riding crop.
end.
Yup. It's even worse.
How is it more
I don't want to
finishy?
know. I don't want to know
No.
why.
I do love the panel of his just like deadpan reaction to like, oh shit, I just murdered my daughter.
I was 100% waiting for him to be like, does he ever deny it? I feel like he would be the type that would break and just feel like, well, obviously she's such a klutz. I didn't do anything. Why did she react that way?
He
I
doesn't
don't
take
remember
that
exactly, but I'm
angle.
pretty sure he does do.
He doesn't get a
take that
chance to-
exact angle, but he still makes it not his fault.
But this is where we get the paneling from the very beginning, where Rhea stands up. I don't think we're in a graveyard is the big thing.
I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a graveyard at the bottom of that cliff.
It is a
But-
graveyard because
Oh,
you
it
can
is-
see
yeah.
graves. When
Yeah,
they're-
yeah.
But
Yep.
believe it or not, the artist didn't seem to want to draw all the details of the scene. I wonder why.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, it's literally in like the last page where there's the outlines of them.
But Rhea, with her guts hanging out, stumbles over to him and grabs Chihiro in a hug and says, "Accept responsibility like you promised."
Listen, honey, I said a lot of things while I was horny. God damn it.
I learned about condoms recently, and
They don't prevent against death.
I
Quite
do
the opposite
like-
if you put them on your head.
How big is your head versus how stretchy are those condoms?
Very.
To answer your question, yes.
I do like the opening of the next chapter where it's like, oh yes, the Sanka school, where it is, it's got the classic, mix of one of those premier Japanese schools in all these manga, where it's like, yes, we're preparing them for the modern world, but we can't forget our roots. So we have these traditional Japanese studies like calligraphy and kabuki, and at the start of every day they have to do stitching as a meditation, and it cuts into Rhea using those skills to stitch up her own disemboweling gut wound.
Yeah, and
But
and
because
it
she's
happens
like-
to be very nice. It happens to be very appropriate because as a newly undead, she has no pain. She feels no pain.
But-
So yeah,
but we have to make it sexy. So she's holding the hem of her shirt in her teeth while there's a towel covering her coochie.
Well, hey, sometimes they say, the presence of clothes can make things sexier as opposed to, yeah.
It is, it is better to conceal than to reveal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is one of those. It's the manga goons respectfully, because like
Yes. No, like the manga is
this actually
playing
works as intended.
Yeah, I
the
was about to
manga
say
is
this.
playing to its gimmick well.
Yeah, this is a whole trope right here. This is girl in your room wearing your shirt. Like this is
Yeah.
this is just a tag. Like
Yeah, it's really good.
stop leaning out the window. People can see you. I don't care if they see me. Oh.
Also,
Oh my.
You only have my oversized shirt on and literally nothing else. You leaning out the window is really thrusting out that ass with nothing else to
Mhm.
protect it.
Mhm.
My dude, she doesn't care.
My dude.
That's the point.
Also, the cat's here, and the cat appears to have a greater presence of mind than it did before it ate the hydrangea leaves.
Also, zombies can communicate telepathically.
Yeah.
I gotta
Sounds
just
weird.
throw this out here.
And here's the thing. I do like the whole, reanimation potion, zombie gimmick. I feel like I feel like they do a decently good job of establishing like limitations of what it does and what it can't do, and establishing stakes. It does a good job of being a pretty bare bones magic system. I really wish they'd focus. I really wish they'd either A, focus a little more on that, or B, find a better way to balance the fetish stuff with it.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Yeah, they could do both. I
If
would
they did
appreciate
both,
both
I
of
would
them.
still be happy.
I want my
Yeah.
fetish-based magic system.
I do too, but this isn't one of them.
Uh, there's a whole thing of Rhea and them just chilling out in his room, and she's talking about like, I want to experience all the things a normal girl does. We can watch your zombie movies, we can go to the park, you can take me shopping, do all the summer festivals. I just want to live life as a normal girl and all that comes with that. And he's like, yeah, we could, but also, and then she's realizing, just like holding him down, and like she's got super strength is what's implied here and confirmed later. And there's a whole scene where she's just looking into his eyes and her eyes kind of glaze over and her heart, like she can feel his heartbeat, and like she's leaning into him, and there's a whole like they're about to kiss vibe, and then it gets interrupted by his childhood friend.
I did not immediately get that they were about to kiss. I'm like,
That
she's about to have her zombie instincts
so
flip
yes,
off.
that is also what is heavily
Both.
implied here.
Yes, it's both. No, I kind of like the immediate reaction to this because like once his childhood cousin shows up, let's not forget that part. He has to go play interference because him having a girl in his room is not gonna go well in under any circumstances, really. Like, I like her reaction afterward where she kind of comes to her senses, because there's like that element of how much of that was her being a horny teenager and how much of that was her being a zombie. And
Mhm.
she's attributing as much of it as she possibly can to being the zombie because she's not emotionally prepared for the alternative. And honestly, it feels like most of that, like that, it's like the zombie side of her slightly lowered her inhibitions and the rest of it was just her. is kind of the way I read her character.
I mean, that's kind of implied with zombie lore, though. Essentially, you go back to your base instincts.
Yeah. And like,
Mhm.
but like the thing
I
is,
did read.
it reads to me like it was like 99% her, and that it was just like the tiniest bit of the like almost more like the context was what pushed her over the edge rather than any of the zombie reanimation stuff.
And like in this particular instance of this scene, I did really like the sort of, you don't know, was it going to be a kiss? Was it going to be she's going to bite his face off? Like, what's the zombie? What's the teenage girl? Like, the not knowing was very interesting. I have opinions about a thing that happens later.
We'll get to it. Honestly, I don't think it's that much later either, is it?
It's really
'Cause,
not that much later, but it is going to be after the volume break, so we'll probably take a break
Yeah.
in the show.
Really, his cousin running interference basically does nothing. It's just her yelling at him to get a cell phone. Like
Mhm.
nothing happens in that conversation they split to.
Oh, I guess technically, Beavis and Butthead do show up and have another conversation with
Oh yeah, because
uh, Chihiro.
So
So I
Chihiro never talks to his friends, is the thing. They only talk at him.
Beavis is like, "What do you mean you know Rhea? Introduce me to Rhea. She's the prettiest girl ever, and I'm a sex pest. I want to talk to Rhea." I don't.
I mean, you
I
guys are
don't.
saying this, but here's the thing. Every time Beavis and Butthead come in, they could just be random characters with no explanation, and the scenes work equally as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
but yeah. So for some reason, Rhea decides to take a shower in the house she's hiding in.
Mhm.
She, as Jay mentioned, is unable to feel if the water is warm or cold, which implies a whole bunch more problems.
I immediately got worried because I don't know if you've seen like people who have, I think it's a absence of a certain gene that doesn't allow, that essentially results in you not being able to feel pain or any other type of sensation. And they talk about how children who do not have this gene to feel sensation or pain essentially end up going blind because they manually scratch their eyes.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
very, very bad.
I'd heard of that, but I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, because it doesn't hurt. And you're just like,
Yeah.
ew, there's something in my eye. I'm gonna scratch my eye with my fingernail. Yeah.
It's okay. Rhea doesn't do that. Rhea just gets confused by a loofah and squeezes it between her boobs.
Yeah, as you
Rhea
do.
gets confused by a loofah and seems to imply that it's
Yeah.
it's an
She seems to think it's like a sex toy, is what she
Yeah.
thinks. She's just like,
Yeah.
oh my. And then Grandpa
I also love the bit about how like I've never seen such a small bathroom, and the narration box being like, she does not mean this maliciously.
oh. Then
There is charming innocence in all of this, even like the subject matter is like she says out loud what the subject matter is, but there's still somehow a charming
she's a
of it.
very rich girl who has never experienced literally anything outside of her like ginormous mansion. So
Yeah, her McMansion.
yeah.
It is pretty funny.
Then Grandpa walks in on her, which in all fairness, she did break into this home effectively and is using the shower without telling anyone. And Grandpa does have dementia. And
Mhm.
immediately starts calling out his old girlfriend's name.
His old wife who's deceased.
Nope, they do specify that was not his wife's name.
Oh wow. We haven't even gotten that one yet.
The younger
It's like,
sister.
Sada was not grandma's name. What are you yelling?
Yeah. So he just keeps yelling Sada came back to life and is trying to hug her and apologize for everything. He is butt ass naked because he was about to take a shower, wearing his old man goggles to keep the soap out of his eyes. The younger sister comes back, sees Grandpa running around the house naked, and very matter of factly going like, "Okay, we're gonna take 2 steps back. Grandpa, you doing okay? You were supposed to be taking a shower."
Sada came back to life, my girl. I'm telling you, she's here.
Like the younger sister does not. This is an insane amount of respect they give this character to just be like, "Okay, Grandpa, calm down. We're just gonna maybe wrap some clothes around you." Like, we'll just,
At that point, she's seen everything, experienced everything that you should possibly be prepared for. I hope this girl has a very fruitful life because literally
it seems
having
legitimately like it's just caring for an elderly relative with dementia. Like it's
Yeah.
just
yeah, seen and heard everything. All right, Grandpa.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. That's not Grandma's name, so maybe stop.
And then like next page is her in an apron and a headscarf as Chihiro comes home just like, hey, this is what we're having for dinner. Are you gonna contribute anything to the household? I got stuff to do.
Of course you do.
Mhm.
Open the door. Ray is just like, "Hi, I'm Stuff."
Ah! Please
She is
stop.
slumped out in the most come hither pose. Still damp from the shower, like covered barely by the towel. She's like, "Hey, Chihiro, it's fine. I'm a zombie. I can't get sick. This is really hot and all, but like, why are you so lackadaisical? I'm being paralyzed. Okay, rigor mortis.
Well, time to keep your body completely preserved.
I was too busy thinking of rigor mortis as a as a euphemism for erections. Oh no, this is an actual problem.
Wait, this is actually
Oh no, you've got rigor mortis. Now my girlfriend has an erection.
That is
no.
also a tag.
I can't afford to have my girlfriend have all this stiff meat.
Oh, but yeah, and that brings us to the end of volume 1. There's a fun little author section where the author seems to use the little sister as a voice of reason while she's dressed in like funeral garb.
Mhm.
Yes, because this is the
The
Fuyatura,
sister's special interest is actually ghosts, so
yeah, and their household is actually like a Buddhist temple.
Yes, they are a smaller Buddhist temple. They're not super popular, super lucrative, but they get by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
that's
gotta
it.
carry on the family business.
Indeed. That is the end of volume 1. So we are going to take a quick break and then we will get to the rest of the 1.5
rest of
plot
this.
points.
The second half of this, which will undoubtedly go so much faster.
Hopefully the rigor mortis will have worn off by then. Not that kind.
And welcome back to the show, folks, where last we left our heroes.
No one in this.
That's pretty
manga
generous
hero.
to call that.
Rhea died and became a zombie, and Chihiro was like, "That's hot. Come live with me now."
Unfortunately, you know who this wasn't hot for? Rhea's dad.
We have an entire flashback of him after the incident where Rhea rose as a zombie, of him running down into the graveyard like, Rhea, oh my God, you're alive. This is incredible. Please come with me. And then she's like soaked in blood and mud with her entrails hanging out and walking away.
And this is a dream sequence, which is different from a flashback. He's not nearly a good enough person to have gone and checked to see if his daughter was okay.
Good point.
Because he passed out in the bath while looking at, I really hope, non-naked pictures of her.
Unfortunately, what little we can see is the prognosis is not good.
I'm amazed how much of his very large dick is in the bathtub with him.
And covered by more pictures of Rhea.
The fact that these, like, 8x10s are not fully covering his penis is terrifying.
It is terrifying because, yeah, I didn't know how I was supposed to feel with that panel. I didn't know how to feel.
Yeah, this is kind of honestly
I think what we're supposed to feel is bad, just in general.
Bad for him or bad for this
No,
child?
not bad for him.
I'm just like, get this girl out of here. Like yesterday, a month ago. What?
See,
that
I think
kind
that
of bad, yes.
I think that the thing is the way that it's framing this and like this entire scene, I think it's supposed to be funny. It's not. But like this is kind of where I was coming up from before where I said this is skipping ahead a bit. Like this is the point where it's like is playing his reaction for a joke. He's a pedophile. This isn't funny. Because then this is also where we get the mom being like, well, at least he's like, is
And all
that a
the
time for
maids
that kind of
gossiping
joke?
about like, oh look, the wife's gonna be upset that he's masturbating to pictures of his daughter. Like,
As one
Mhm.
should be. This isn't
What?
something that the maid should be fun gossiping about.
She's storming down the hall, all huffy.
because she's been hitting the host clubs because she feels sexually neglected by her husband.
Yeah, I wonder why. Look at that.
Yeah, this is basically this scene with Ray's dad is kind of like the singular scene that illustrates everything that we had said previously. So, in the hopes of not going over that very uncomfortable subject again, we're gonna move on.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
only good thing that came from this was Ray's mom having the only looking at her husband's dick the entire time and going like, at least he's hot.
Yep.
At least you're nice to look at. Like,
Yep.
yeah. That is exactly the amount of regard he is deserved. And even then, it's too much.
Oh. So anyway, Chihiro's talking to his sister about how to embalm a corpse. She is dressed in funeral garb in her bedroom.
As one
'Cause
does, yes.
she's weird.
She is kind of weird.
Because ghosts are her special interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her
He
brother
doesn't
likes
want
zombies.
to.
It's
She
like
likes
that one
ghosts.
time that Jay and I both revealed
Knew
that we
it.
knew what corpse wax was.
But
And
everyone did. Are you
and it
saying
was
that no
terrifying.
one? I learned this on National Geographic. I assume everyone watched it. Like, did we not have like a mummies like phase? Dinosaurs, sharks?
Well, that's a way more academically legitimate way than I learned it. I learned it from playing Sekiro.
Okay, Jay, one of those things that you mentioned was not like the others.
What could that possibly be?
Sharks? Because they live in water?
Ugh.
Anyway, he shoots down dunking her in formaldehyde because that would turn off his boner. Which is
Because it
weirdly
smells
the
bad.
most sexual the main character gets, which is interesting.
So it's like, okay, she's still currently in the middle of being all rigor mortis dead, but I need to like go about my day. I'm just gonna put this dead body in the closet.
I'm gonna
As you
go
do.
put Raya in the closet, and that's not gonna make for a funny joke later.
Oh, we get Chihiro's dad, who very funnily is named Don.
Mm-hmm.
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 And I'm pretty sure he's selectively deaf.
Well, he's 44. You know, people who are can't hear.
Mhm. Yeah. And we also get revealed because there's a whole thing about like, did you buy a new cat? Because there's a cat running around. He's like, no, Bub, that's still Bub. He came back to life. You kids and your crazy talk. Grandpa believes me, right? He's like, yeah, I believe you. I actually invented that reanimation potion. In fact, it reminded me of my hot dead girlfriend, Seda, who was not your granny. Your granny was a different lady, but I would never fantasize about her sexually.
Wait a minute, Grandpa,
Damn.
you did what?
I'm gonna go take a bath because I'm old.
Come back and be
Nope.
sit.
Nope.
Nope, I'm going to occasionally drop out of like
Out of
senility.
the roof.
Yep, I'll occasionally not be senile. I'll reveal plot points that reveal I probably set up everything that's going on in the manga currently, and I'm 2 feet tall because I'm a little leprechaun.
Hey, Wonka's here now, and as is usual, everything that she wears is painted on, including her apron.
She's the best part of this manga, so I really don't know why you're deriding this.
She is the best part of this manga. And it's the sort of thing of like, God, I wish this character was in a better manga.
I like the implication on how she has a form-fitting apron that is also her like uniform for the restaurant, her family restaurant. That means her family had to paint the logo onto her body in such a way that it naturally, when like fitting the curves of her, would be readable from the front.
You're right.
Honestly, I could see her doing that herself.
Uh, I could see her family doing this because this family's way too close with each other.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Listen, I'm going for the version that's less creepy, okay? I'm going to pick the least creepy option for all of these things until the manga inevitably proves me wrong, and then I will be sad about it. That is the process we're going through here.
You know, Chihiro, I heard that Raya Sanka ran away from home after being seen with a boy. Do you think they eloped? That would be so cute.
Meanwhile, Don's just over in the corner making two dolls make out. Just like, man, I really hope my son marries his cousin. That'd be great.
Anyway, I'm back to help the family shop. Oh, everybody is now back to paying attention to the random temple household chores. Okay, now that I'm not being observed by anybody, I'm just gonna go break into my little cousin's room and steal a DVD from him. I mean, borrow. This
Yep.
is a totally normal thing that we do together. Oh, this is a long black hair, longer than any of Chihiro's.
He's
Mhm.
become a man.
And the closet is open? Is there something in the peers in the closet? Huh, there's nothing. I guess it was just my imagination. And like this panel of like zombie Rhea, like
Mhm.
contorting herself into being out of immediate line of sight was
This is
that it actually made me jump. Like this is a legitimately good creepy image.
this entire page is just really good. Like it's a great shot of the cousin. Like she's doing her job. And like
As much
creepy.
as Wonko is a great character, I truly expected her to die and would have been happy if that. I wouldn't. Have been
I would have
happy.
been happy if she was dead because then she'd also be a kinky zombie.
I would have been narratively satisfied if she died.
But no, we need to get Rhea out of the closet, so Wonka's here to do the job. It's very funny.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, it is funny.
Yep. And
So then she like speed launches herself and they have a Yuri moment. Yeah.
yeah, her natural zombie instincts seem to be like kneading her breasts.
Her natural zombie instincts are to instigate Yuri.
Yep. The gaping wound on her torso does rip open and bleed slightly. Might want to. Nope. Nope. I'm not happy with that take. Moving on.
Yeah, weird Yuri moment where, especially considering some of the paneling implies very heavily certain things happening.
Yeah, she rips off her clothes with her teeth, is what ends up happening. Which prompts a scream that everyone but Grandpa hears because Grandpa's like frogman Steving at the bathtub for some reason. I don't know what's going on with Grandpa. Grandpa's weird.
Yeah. Again, this is the selective hearing of Chihiro's family because literally everybody in the household hears the, scream
Big
queen
no.
80s horror movie. No! And Chihiro's the only one who responds to find his girlfriend tonguing his cousin's boobs.
As you do.
As you do, yes. Yeah.
Which
Better than
starts
the alternative.
It is better than the alternative, admittedly,
Is
but
it?
it starts a
Of
painfully
Rhea walking
long
in on him tonguing his cousin's boobs?
I don't
There's
know.
a lot of
Better.
configurations and none of them are great.
Yeah,
It
that's what
starts
I
a
mean.
painfully long string of Wonko getting molested.
Yes. Because this is how she must be punished for wanting to do an incest.
I
Not
hate
even
that there's
really
logic to
portrayed as
this.
punishment. Like this is just like gooner bait nonsense. Like
Yeah.
this isn't played. Wonko seems fine. She seems more worried about Rhea having an open wound than anything.
I mean, as you should be, because I mean, yeah. Should we go to a hospital or? Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, Rhea then hops down on her boyfriend because given the option, she's like, ooh, she has preferences.
We're like, she has options.
Yep. And then we cut to a
These preferences say man flesh.
men. And then we get a great flashback of Wonko watching a zombie movie with 10-year-old Wonko watching a zombie movie with 9-year-old Chihiro going like, hey, what do you want your first kiss to be like? I'm very much into you. I'm eating chips. I'm eating chips. I want to make out with a dead girl because that'd be so fucking hot. She'd be all like, blah, blah, and her guts coming out and be like, I'd like to shove something into your guts. And then Wonko's just like, this is the man I want to marry.
Yeah, I think there's something with Wonko. I think there's something wrong with Wonko.
Nothing about Chihiro seems attractive.
No, Matt. There is an important element of Chihiro that you're missing.
This is a cat boy.
He's the protagonist.
That's
Therefore,
Yeah.
he is the character that the reader is expected to project himself onto. That's the most attractive quality of all.
I also love eating potato chips and pointing out to women what I find attractive about other women.
I was gonna say cat boy, but you know what?
I also like
Unfortunately,
cat
you are
boys.
right.
I mean,
Oh.
I do not. Cowboys are not it.
No, they got rough tongues.
Yep.
And are men is really the
What?
the second.
I'm just envisioning. What about cat men? That doesn't make it any
Oh,
better.
cat men's so much worse.
Yeah.
Oh, cat boys is worse too. I don't like investigating this beyond.
Sandpaper tongues and spike cocks. We're moving on.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
So Rhea bites the shit out of Chihiro's lower lip to the point where
Bleeds.
it's not a deforming injury, but like, damn.
It doesn't even.
Yeah,
He
bite the
bleeds,
shit
but
out
it
of
doesn't.
is like.
Yeah, he does. It's
Nibbles.
not even
She
like a
nips him.
mark afterward.
She nips him.
There's a big onomatopoeia of crunch.
Yes, there is an onomatopoeia there, but when you look at the wound, it's like a rough sex bite.
Yeah.
not a-
Oh yeah. 100%. This is a tag bite, but don't worry, it will be a plot point later.
Plop, plop.
It literally will be.
Obviously, Wonko, MVP here, sees the girl who got kidnapped with an open wound in his room, wearing a bathrobe as if she'd been kidnapped, goes, "Oh, Chihiro, you're a sick freak. I should have known considering the flashback I just had. I'm calling the police." No, this isn't what it looks like. Oh, shit, she fell out the window. Oh, now she's eating leaves with my cat.
I got sexually assaulted by a missing person. I'm calling the police. Please don't.
And now they're eating hydrangeas, and there is a bit of a funny moment where like eating the hydrangeas brings her senses back, and then immediately she's like, "What am I doing in this field? Why am I in a bath towel?"
Why was my bath towel only held up by my zombie powers?
Yeah, because the panel of her realizing she's in the bath towel has it falling away from her boobs. It's just like, oh no!
And then Chihiro's allowed like one moment of like, yes, the hydrangea toxin, which was part of the experiment, must have be some kind of food for zombies. And he's allowed to think this for 2 seconds before Grandpa comes in. Actually, you're completely right, but I invented it, so I know better than you. Also, I'm riding your cousin.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm clambering all over Wonko. I'm grabbing her boobs, and it's like, yep, the hydrangea toxin will hold back the decomposition of the zombie bodies, but it won't be forever. It won't be forever. So I could never find
I'm
out
about
a way
to-
make it a real immortality potion. Grandpa, please stop grabbing my tits. Nope. And
I have to have one lucid panel before getting hit in the head by a flower pot.
Okay, we've been doing this podcast for a long time. This is episode 201. This might be the least comfortable I have ever been during a fucking info dump.
This?
What? Are you serious? How?
It's the only thing that comes to mind.
I I have written off Grandpa to be so much of like applesauce brain dementia patient that I'm
Yeah.
like he has few moments of lucidity while vividly remembering like his wife normally is what he's saying. I'm sorry, his girlfriend is what he keeps saying.
Yeah, over the wife.
But like, yeah, he has one moment of lucidity. He was like, I want you to know, doesn't matter how many hydrangeas you feed them. The potion's not perfect. It doesn't last forever. They'll decay as all things decay. You can slow the progression, but you can't stop it. I'm sorry
Hello,
for what I did.
son.
Oh God! Consequences
Hello.
for my action.
Hello, son. I am your father. I am Mr. Chihiro Dad. I heard nothing that was said in the last chapter and a half. In fact, I am coming into this situation virginal as the mother of Jesus. So what is happening? Have girls supposed to take care of? Well,
Well, this temple was
it
originally
would
for
reflect
refugees.
poorly it would reflect poorly upon our family name if you fail to promise. And this temple was supposed to house refugees, so sure, this girl can live with you. What was that Grandpa was saying? Grandpa said something? I will look no further into this. Neither will I, brother. I
I have
exist
to
only
believe.
to be a mouthpiece for the author in the end of volume segments.
Yes.
We will depart now.
There is a part of me that like I want to say like they're playing dumb or
Selective
something.
hearing. They screamed the entire plot in the courtyard for a chapter, and none of the rest of Chihiro's family heard shit for
I
dick.
have to believe that the dad is suffering from some sort of depression.
So here's the thing: the dad probably has
I want to see this dad 5 feet deep in a sake bottle by next volume before I believe that.
All right.
I don't think little sister cares. I think little sister
Oh,
is just
100%.
checked out.
That I accept. It's the dad that's getting me so tilted.
But hey, he's willing to let you keep a girl. It's like, I gotta stop letting you bring strays in off the street. But
Yeah,
not today.
Yeah, my dad tried to reanimate not my mother, but some biddy he banged in high school in the 19th century, so I guess I don't care what happens anymore.
I guess.
Which, if he just said that, kind of based, but no, he doesn't.
Look, he's got other things to be dealing with. Also, Wonko's takeaway from this is like, so I have a love rival who's not even close to being good enough.
Hey, love rival, I'm his big sister. You're literally not. I'm his big sister.
But there's enough of a genetic difference that I'm okay with it. Seems like there should be more people okay with it, but you know what?
Oh.
Hey, Rhea, what about that one time that we kissed? We kissed? Oh, you don't remember that. I didn't say anything. Pretty sure you said something. I said nothing.
And then he agrees to take proper care of you.
Yes.
And then she does her bit of like, please treat my body carefully from now on.
Yes, I hate that. I hate the bait. I fucking hate it. I legitimately hate it.
No, she like if she had like a cocky personality, that'd be great. The fact she just accidentally into these lines is really annoying. Like,
right? Like, to me, it's the same with the dad just being completely oblivious to the plot being screamed in the courtyard. It's like, oh, I'm saying all these really ecchi things, all this really horny stuff, but I don't actually know what I'm saying. I'm just speaking literally.
There's a version where all of these bits and pieces
Say
fit
so?
together.
Me?
There's a version where all these bits and pieces fit together well. Because in all honesty, if Rhea was portrayed slightly differently, and like this is one of the cases where it's like, okay, here's Mr. Reads into everything, reads charitably, blah blah blah. I didn't mind that bit at the end so much because I kind of get the impression that the media Rhea is consumed, she might be parroting some things.
That's what I think a better manga would have done. They would have
But-
made her sheltered, but like
but
deals
knowledgeable.
heavily in romance. So she's like porno literate. She does cliches because she doesn't know what else, and she backs off them immediately when she sees they have a different reaction than like the
Yeah.
fictionalized.
Yeah, and it's one of those ones where it's like, I can tell that's what the manga's going for. The fact that it's not pulling it off perfectly means it annoys me less. But yeah, it's it's not doing the legwork to, follow through on that.
Ugh. So anyway, now that she's allowed to live with him, Chihiro starts videotaping Ray
Everything.
basically all the time and asking her how much she poops.
I mean, it's a
But
valid
she
question.
doesn't.
That's a valid question, though. I mean, like, you don't know. All this isn't like new territory for you.
Well, the
Right?
cat hawks up like little dried leaf fur balls, which implies to me they just need to drink the hydrangea juice. They don't need to consume the leaves entirely, but
The leaves are just the most efficient way that their instincts can get it.
Yes.
So, like a toxic hydrangea tea would be the thing to do.
Yeah. But then, obviously, if we move towards having the sensation of eating something, which is something different, you can find different mechanisms with which to consume the hydrangea substances.
Well, you see,
But I
we
can
gotta
pay
have the
attention
cute
to
little.
what her mouth and her butt and her coochie do.
Yeah, obviously.
You've gotta get the cute imagery of like the bento and her merely chopsticking the leaves. It's for
Yeah.
it's for cute glamour panels
it
of her.
specifically shows she can have the like girl on a diet bento of like the what are the like the edible version is like the shishiru pepper leaves or something. They look like that kind of jaggedy. But yeah,
It's tags. It's more tags.
it's more tagged. So anyway, they go shopping and he videotapes her the entire time, and he's falling in love. It's, is what's going on there. Meanwhile, Wonko's super jealous in the
Women
bath.
be shopping.
Yeah. She wanted to go
Wonk-
shopping, be a normal girl, not have things like purposely ordered and all that.
You know what? I'm being mean by saying that derogatorily. She is trying to be a normal girl
Mhm.
as much as her sheltered upbringing understands. So yeah, I shouldn't be poking fun.
Boobs.
Yeah. This
Wait a-
chapter intercuts between a bunch of
Non sequitur. Boobs. That is
Yeah.
this manga.
Wonko exists, so we have to have boobs.
I do appreciate they censored the scale for Wonko.
That
for
was funny.
Wonko's request. So I think this is her being self-conscious that he's with that other girl, and also a combination of she got stuck in the pipe while chasing after him.
Hmm.
And then in a lesser manga, I'd be much more worried when his little sister and her friends come into the bathhouse. But nope.
No, it's perfectly innocent.
Yep, they just take a bath with their big sister, which is fine.
We also get intercut with Rhea's creepy dad.
Yep, who's sent like the John Wick spies through the mall they're at, basically, and then they go to
Mhm.
see Michael Jackson Thriller in a horror house that just exists all the time, I suppose.
Why not?
Eh.
Yep.
It's a mall in the late 20-aughts to early 2010s. It's like,
Mhm.
at that point, malls are like, what do we do with ourselves? Because Amazon's starting to be a thing. So there's like a haunted house, and Chihiro, you love zombie movies, but you're a big baby in these haunted houses. It's different when it's through a screen. Oh, that's so cute. Don't call me cute. Standard
It's teen romance.
standard cute rom-com nonsense. And I enjoyed it for that.
Yeah. And finally, Chihiro gets a little hungry. So he goes to go grab something to eat. And then Ray gets self-conscious that they can't share a meal together. She's got to eat her little hydrangea leaves, and that's a little self-conscious. Meanwhile, she's about to be abducted by her father's men, but lo and behold, knight in shining armor, Beavis the Sex Pest shows up, and in the first time in manga history, not taking a woman's no for an answer does benefit her. As he
Debatably.
but
as he
you're
drags
right.
her away from this date to go to a second location against her will. And for some reason, these armed bodyguards are incapable of stopping him. Oh, but it's okay. She's super strong.
She's super strong, so when the bodyguards decide to jump in and eliminate him and kidnap Rhea anyway, they're like, cool, we've got the technique ready to go. And she's like, my ability to hold back in a way that would preserve my joints and ligaments is literally shut off because I'm undead. So behold, all the power of the human body. Oh, Chihiro, you came to save me. Thank you. I showed up after you wiped everybody.
It's
You know
the
what?
thought that counts.
I did it.
Take it. Take the W. Take it, man.
I did it.
Uh-huh. And then Chihiro gets kidnapped.
Wait a minute. That's Chihiro, the other or the secondary
other
target
target
of our kidnapping. Grab him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we get is being kidnapped to the Sanko family home, and we get the most Gooner bait chapter opening of like the beach trip. And nothing else in this manga is as Gooner bait as this chapter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Monko and Rhea in very skimpy bikinis.
That weirdly, yeah, we haven't had a beach episode yet, I guess.
Rhea's bikini is super skimpy. Why is it showing that much butt crack?
Rhea's isn't. It's a one piece.
It's a one piece.
It's showing a lot of butt crack.
That's why it's confusing. It's a
Yeah,
one
it's-
piece.
It's a white one piece.
Anyway, I do like the joke of the maid being like, "Welcome to the Sanka estate, Furuya-sama. Thank you for coming. Here, enjoy this drink." Oh, that's great. My throat was just getting dry. I'm strapped to a chair, you stupid cow.
It's okay. You can stay there for as long as you want. Just wet yourself. I'll clean it up later. What?
Yeah.
That is crazy to think about. Oh my god, that is a lot of weirdly romantic portraits of Rhea and her father framed on the wall. I'm
And the
deeply
ceiling.
uncomfortable.
Not on the ceiling too. It's not just the walls, man.
And on the ceiling.
As you do. Anyway, the whole thing is Rhea's dad is insane and is a fencer and hates Chihiro and says and has built up in his head that yes, I'm being a good father. I just want someone who can protect my daughter, and you can't protect her if you're dead by me.
Because and, like, this is the thing that drives me crazy about Danichiro as a villain. It's like, it could be I'm the most capable of protecting her because I'm big, rich industrialist man with more money than God. I can have anybody in all of Japan killed and fitted with some concrete shoes and thrown into the ocean. Or I've trained in the samurai ways and I am more powerful with the blade than anybody. Or it could be both, and you could lean into it being both. But the way that it's actually done is like,
it's played as a joke.
It's goofy. That's the problem. It's goofy.
It's
like
it is every version of like, I am the leader of this organization. Is it because you're rich or because you're powerful? Yes. You said that with a level of conviction that made me not believe you.
It also seems like he doesn't do anything. He's just rich. His wife is the one who's director of the company. Like,
The wife is the one
that's
who's
another
actually
thing.
doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about how, like, oh yeah, Sanka
the-
Academy is called that because either Rhea's grandfather or great grandfather had like founded it or whatever.
they're manga rich. It's a
It
plot
doesn't
point. It
matter.
doesn't need to matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Rhea's mom's negligee.
Do we have to?
I'm just a fan.
You know what?
The first time that Wonko appeared in a bathtub, I was just like, damn, they let tits on this manga. And then
Yeah.
Sanka
Yeah.
Aria, it's like, damn, they let tits on this manga.
Well, they gotta let you know what this perverted man is apparently giving up. Like, what?
And the maids are also perverted. They put Rhea in a bunny suit.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yep.
It's like a revenge thing, but then they just think it's cute. I don't really know what they're
It's
going
tags.
for here.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the thing
it's
is, this is tags again, and it's like, so it's like before it's been a problem that like Rhea's father has tonal issues because the kind of villain he is needs to be taken more seriously. Now it's the characters in his orbit are just goofy, silly little goobers. It's like you made it weird. You didn't have to make it this weird. If you're gonna do jokes like this, then you need to not have it be as serious as this.
Yeah. Anyway, he wants just an excuse to kill Chihiro, so he's setting up this whole duel thing that is just an excuse for him to kill him with his bare hands. By bare hands, I mean a fencing sword.
I've never fenced before. Then what other martial art would you like to fight me in? I don't know any martial arts. I'm a 15-year-old.
Sam, a lot of
then you are
15-year-old boys learn martial arts. That is like the prime demographic for learning martial arts.
I know you're right, but this guy is both a 15-year-old and a nerd. Like
that doesn't narrow it down at all.
Not the kind of nerd that while you were going to prom, I studied the blade. The kind of nerd that fucking noshed on Cheetos while watching House of Dead.
Gotcha. I do like that his little cat ear hair tufts go outside of his fencing cowl somehow.
Yeah. And okay, I do legitimately like that he enters full Catboy mode and he's like, wait, you don't get it? You don't get why Rhea doesn't want to be with you? That's crazy. He doesn't get it. Takes off the cowl, whispers to it like a confidant. He doesn't get it. What am I not getting? You're a creep.
Took you this long to figure
I
this
mean, who says let's settle this man to man? It's the 21st century. Like, oh my God, you're such a weirdo.
I don't know.
You're treating Rhea like an object? You're such a creep. No wonder she wants nothing to do with you. Anybody would want to get away from you.
I don't know. I felt it was too silly. It kind
Yeah.
of.
It is okay.
it
If
was
there were
too
less
much of
cartoon,
yeah.
if there was less cartoon Catboy, it would have been peak.
Yeah.
Well,
What it is him shaking his ass at him, going like, "You took naked pictures of your daughter," and it's just like, well, hold on.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same problem as ever. If the abuse wasn't as realistic, then this depiction would be fine. Or alternatively, if this had been presented in a more serious way, it would have worked. But it can't do both, especially considering what happens immediately after.
No, if it was literally just like refusing to let your daughter grow up, not whatever his fucking damage is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, totally understand that you love your daughter. Whatever this is, gesturing around, you need that is a step too far.
Yeah, because like this is set up that like he's being a dick and like provoking a reaction, and then this angers him to the point that he stabs him for real with the fencing blade, which was always what was going to be happening. Like I don't.
Yeah, I don't know why this is like treated as a shocking moment, but
He actually attacked me. It's just like, well, no, you took his very serious thing of like, I am going to duel you to the death and shook your ass at him, taunting him. And then when your Wile E. Coyote shenanigans, when your Bugs Bunny shenanigans didn't work out, you're suddenly shocked.
But aha! I was intending to get stabbed through the solar plexus. I have headbutted him and struck a pose.
Yep.
for some reason.
Yep.
And then some bullshit happened.
To give the ultimate benefit of the doubt, to play devil's advocate for way higher than I am getting paid per hour, I fully believe that this guy, upon seeing that Bub and Rhea were both reanimated, went and downed a shaker cup of that zombie juice.
It's dumber than that.
It is dumber than that. But in the moment that this happened, when I was, tabula rasa, completely blind reading this, that was my thought. And I was like, I get it. I don't think it's good writing, but I think that it is coherent. And then it continues, and then I'm like, yeah, it's
No, it's my least favorite narrative trope. The character saying to someone in universe, man, that's some crazy shit that just happened, but it must have been this. And I'm like, oh, so you didn't know. This was a complete surprise, but you're a cocky asshole, which isn't your character's personality, so I don't really know what's going on here.
because he's posing all cool, like let's do
Like
this.
it was all according to plan.
Like he dosed up on the zombie juice before this happened, which he did not do. And
like
so
everywhere else
then,
before, Chihiro's been like, I'm too cool to people. And here he is posing like a shonen fucking protagonist.
And then he's like, oh, it's because Rhea bit me earlier, that I've got zombie juice in me. That's how I'm not dead.
I must be like half zombie, but not enough zombie that I have to deal with any of the long-term consequences, or really ever any consequences beyond this exact fight we're having right now. But
also,
boy, that sure is convenient.
Ooga, she's in that bunny outfit and she's wearing it. Ooga.
Yeah.
And then Rhea tells her father, stop it, and then the plot point stops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally, okay. I'm sounding like Jake, but normally I'm not the guy to say like, okay, fan service doesn't inherently degrade a scene like in terms of literary or in terms of like literature or whatever. But there's something about her being in a Playboy bunny outfit.
What's
and
the camera
the camera explicitly doing an ass shot of her as she's like, Father, I do not wish to be your precious porcelain doll. I want to be a normal girl. Behold, Chihiro will say that you have never fulfilled any of my wishes before. Oh, I should think of my daughter as an individual outside myself. Wow, that's something that never occurred to me. But it's
That's not the problem that he's had up to this point, because his
Playboy bunny terrorist. It is your mother's words back from the fucking mists of the past, Jake. It's a Playboy bunny
He's referencing
terrorist.
Code Geass, by the way. Don't worry about it.
Gotcha.
Joke.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't even. They're all wearing costumes in this scene, is the thing, because the other two are dressed like fencers. And like, It's not horny enough. If that's what they were going for, is the problem.
It's
It's
not it's not horny enough to be sexy, and it's got too many goofy and or gooner elements to take it serious.
it's to be goofy. That's the thing. Like it just kind of diminishes the scene, but not even like in a. I wonder if there's like a quota for the magazine. Like, look, we got to keep the gooners involved. You got to have at least one picture of a butt.
Maybe.
I hate to say it, but you might be onto something. That would actually explain a lot of the problem. It wouldn't excuse. I'm still
No.
going to complain mightily about them.
Per volume.
Well,
That'll keep them
here-
buying it at the newsstand.
I know I did like the porno dealer voice for that, but I'm not even like bemoaning a magazine for like knowing its demographic and shooting for that. I think it's kind of, if you're being published in that magazine, you should know that fucking criteria and you should be like, oh, well, don't just shove it in. It should be based around like,
Yeah, because I mean, there are ways of doing these sorts of things in ways that actually enhance the story, especially considering these are teenagers. It's coming of age sort of thing. And like honestly, one of the better scenes was early on, like Rhea jumping all over uh Chihiro and then being like, please tell me that was the zombie, please tell me that was the zombie and not
Mhm.
me. Like that was a very wish fulfillment-y scene. That was a very goonery scene, but it actually enhanced the characters in a very meaningful way. You can do that, but if you just throw that stuff in, haphazardly, it undercuts the more serious and earnest stuff that you're doing. They can live in harmony with each other, but they have to be done with intention.
mhm.
But right, we need to make sure to establish that Chihiro isn't actually a zombie because that would have narrative consequences. So we're gonna have him pass out now and wake up. And this time we're going to put Rhea in a costume, and it actually does kind of make sense.
Yeah. He does
Speaking of
pass
that
out.
synergy,
Yeah. He does pass out immediately after weirdly getting Rhea's father's blessing with the caveat, I'll never forgive you if you fuck her.
He does say that.
Yep. And then Chihiro, weirdly enough, says there won't be anything like that. And I don't.
I don't
You're
believe
just
you,
lying.
bro.
I don't. Anything like that? That seems very unlikely.
I mean, technically, she's done everything on her part. She became a literal zombie. She lives with you. I
I
mean,
mean, I'm gonna be honest. Just given past experience with Rhea, Chihiro probably rule out oral.
In the words of Danichiro Sanka, I have to make sure that no vulgar young males come near her. After all, there's only one set of genetic material that Rhea is destined to accept.
yep.
direct quote.
Yep. Yep.
I understand that there is a certain genre convention of being like, oh, stepfather, we have come to an understanding.
It's not
This
even
isn't
acceptable.
that.
This is
Mm-mm.
not that. And I've not wished death on a fictional character this much in a long time.
This is rich man has huffed his own farts so long that he believes that because he's rich, he has a genetic superiority to everyone else, and thus inbreeding doesn't apply to him.
Send
mean,
him
like-
to Epstein Island and then send him to one of the countries doing something about Epstein list people that isn't America.
That's a bit redundant, Sam.
You're right.
Now, see, honestly, one of the other things that kind of bothers me about this is that it's treating this like it's a conclusion. Are we not going to address anything that he actually did? And I mean, like, I know the manga's not going to, because that would require actually taking what he did seriously.
I
There-
hope it does, but I have no faith it will.
I think there's also a kind of like spiritual rebirth when she died. It's kind of like her old life is dead. She does not go back home. she now lives with Chihiro, and there's kind of like that whole thing. I think she has just like expunged that from herself and is moving on.
I
That's
that is what's going on, but, like,
Mhm.
to me, then make the dad less awful, or, boy, that is an easy way to get out of this really freaking bad thing that you set up and now don't want to address.
Jacob, rich people don't go to jail.
I mean, narratively! And this is lazy on the fucking writer's part, are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, the dad is just left as a free agent who's just like, I approve of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
I want to go to America to get her the best doctors.
I want to go to America to not have her included on it.
Ugh. But yeah.
Dating
So
in
thus
the
brings
episode
us to
because
the end of
justice
our
never
reading.
happens.
Favorite character.
Well, there is one thing that happened. Okay, there are two things that happen here at the end that I kind of want to note.
Mhm.
You do finally get a actual conversation between Wonko and Rhea, and
Mhm.
there's there's a kind of fun dynamic that seems to be building there. Um, if this, if I was, if I had more patience for this manga, I probably would have enjoyed that a lot more than I did. And then the thing that kind of ruined it for me is we get the introduction of a new upcoming character, and we keep, and it's like cutting around this character, showing, you know, certain aspects of her design, and it's like it's setting up plot, but I hate to say it, I think I know where it's going from here.
Oh, what, Jacob? You're not interested in the tomboy lesbian? The blonde tomboy lesbian?
Wow. Wow. That's
I
fascinating. Tell me more.
I wish that a lot of these elements were in a better story.
Mhm.
You wish there were more blonde tomboy lesbians? Buddy, I
That's
gotta break
always
some
true.
news to you. That's that's a
That's
dime a
not
dozen
a
right
cri-
there.
That's
That's not a
always
criticism, Matt. That's just a true fact of statement about Jake.
true.
Oh.
So, favorite character. Bub. No.
Bob's not a
No.
character. Like,
That's not a character. My favorite character was Chihiro's dad because I strive to be that blissfully ignorant.
I also wish I wasn't involved in this manga.
Jake, what's your favorite character?
um, in the broad strokes, I'm gonna say Rhea because I think she has the most interesting character moments. Um, Wonko is just a delight in general, and she deserves a better manga. Um,
Yes.
Honestly, so does most of these characters deserve a better manga. Hell, Rhea's creepy dad deserves a manga that treats him like the villain he used to be. You know, but I
I mean,
think
Fruits
Rhea
Basket
had
already exists.
uh but Rhea, I think, has the most she has the most pathos, the most like depth to her character. She's interesting.
Indeed.
All right, Matt, how about you?
Oh, Wonka. Like, especially for our reading, Wonko should be the main girl. This should just be. Don't quote this out of context. I wish this had been Cis Confidential. Like, holy shit, that would have been more interesting.
It
I
would
feel
have
like I
been more
was.
interesting.
I
Agreed.
feel like I was lied to with the zombie tag on this kink. Like, I want.
This
want
should have
Rhea-
been a Mon Musume arc.
Yeah, like I want, and I'm pretty sure this happens later. I want more like weird zombie shit in my Gooner bait, because otherwise,
Same.
this isn't what it's selling me. I got sold girl who basically doesn't want to interact with life and main character of a Gooner bait Dojin. who is not allowed to be the main character because we've got to tell a zombie story that we really don't want to even tell.
I really like the necromancy in this. Like
It's
the
cool.
whole magic system has some real teeth to it, and I want more of it.
Mm-hmm. But we did read 2 volumes of this and we didn't get there, so.
Yeah.
Jay, how about you? Favorite character?
Honestly, I'm not the target audience, so I'd say the favorite character would have to be Oji-san, the grandpa.
Ooh, Grandpa's a good pick.
Yeah,
Agreed.
he keeps me entertained.
Grandpa's a good pick.
I like that in another lesser manga, he'd just be like a Mineta. But like they really do hammer home that he is really not there mentally. So there's like an innocence to
Yeah.
him. It's just like, fuck it. He's an old man who's senile. I don't know what to do here. Like little sister is just like, Grandpa, please just let's put on some clothes. Let's walk through whatever the fuck you were doing.
The little
right.
sister is also a fun character.
Oh, little
She
sister would
is.
be a good pick as well.
And would you continue reading? Noel's not steered me wrong, so I give it another like volume and a half bare minimum on the faith of my friend, but that's it. How about you, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, if this is, I guess, recommended and listeners really like it, I guess we'll read more, but it's not really my jam.
I'm sorry, listeners who really liked it after listening to this episode.
You've just endured 90 plus minutes of us being like, this is mid to shit.
It's
hey,
good
hey. It's no Kagurabachi.
It's the Kagurabachi.
Yeah, the difference is Kagurabachi is mid to shit. This actually had some good elements I want to see in a better story.
This was salvageable.
Speaking of good elements, Gachi Akuta's got a banger of an OST in the anime. We should read more of that.
I remember liking Gachikuder. Mostly because the name's very funny to say.
I
really
also
is.
like Gachikuder.
Mhm.
Anyway, Matt, would you continue reading Sankarea?
Yeah, so I remember reading more than this. I think I alluded to in the beginning. Like I remember character who got introduced at the end. And I want to say I remember some like Frankenfran level like fun surgery. And that didn't happen in this. And I vividly remembered liking that. However, I also vividly remember dropping this series. So maybe I didn't really enjoy what we read, but I feel like, especially after reading the author's notes, they really didn't know what they were doing in the first volume. And I feel like they committed to something and then really wanted to back off that. But they don't. Like I know they don't. So I don't know.
You want to give it the benefit of the doubt, but they're not really earning it.
Yeah. I got better things to read. Is basically where I'm at.
Pretty much. Hey, Jake, how about you?
So here's Mr. Benefit of the Doubt over here saying no, I don't. And I'm not gonna lie, it's alluding to the next character being another sexy gooner bait character is kind of what ruined it for me. This was really quick and easy to read. And there are a lot of elements that made me interested and care and want to come back. But unfortunately, I have honestly via doing this podcast, I've read way more manga than I used to, and a combination of genre savviness and everything. It's point. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where this is going, and I'm not interested. If this takes a twist into somewhere where it actually delivers on some of the promises that it makes, I'd be interested. So if more got like highly recommended for the podcast, I wouldn't mind doing more episodes on it if it goes somewhere. But I do also think that it's worth noting that it's unfortunate that, there's only so much time that you have, and we read 2 full volumes of this. If something's not grabbed you by that point, even if, like, maybe the rest of the manga is a freaking masterpiece. I doubt it, but, maybe it is. It's still a flaw if the start is this rocky that it makes me, like, not take any, like,
Yeah.
not take any of its promises. That's a bad sign.
I mean, Jacob, you also got to remember, this was published in 2009. This manga is 17 years old. Gunner manga technology has advanced so far in those 17 years. You could find a modern Gunner manga that would fill your needs in half the page count.
The Gunner manga technology is older than all the characters in this manga.
Grandpa.
Grandpa and dad. And yeah, both dads. Yep.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode of the Over Manga Cast. As always, you can find us on all your social medias where we're at Over Manga Cast.
You can also find us on YouTube if we're hiding. Like, comment, subscribe. We have overmangacast.com that has a place that you can comment as well. Give us recommendations. If you enjoyed Sankarea, we're really sorry, but we didn't. Tell us why we're wrong. We love hearing from you, even if we don't agree with you.
And as always, we appreciate reviews in any and all forums. Go on. We got overmongcast.com, nice little comment box there. If you're listening on YouTube, we got a nice little comment box down there. YouTube just makes that. That's the beautiful part there. You can reach out to us, email overmangacast@gmail.com for all your recommendations, reviews, or just telling us why our opinions are wrong. And we should love gooning over this like mid-tier, very chaste manga. Speaking of which, speaking of gooning over mid-tier manga, Sam, what are we? That's not even a good transition.
That's not what we were promised.
Sam, what are we reading next week?
Full disclosure, I don't know if that is a good description or not, but
It's a terrible description.
We were promised that we were spreading the gooning
chapters
out.
1 through 12. Shut up, Jake. I'm cutting you out in this ending. So if you're reading that, keep up with the show. If you're keeping up with the show, read that. We'll see you in 2 Thursdays. Good night, everybody. Holy shit, I'm going to bed.
Oh, the hydrangea poison is killing us. Good night, everybody.
Oh, wait. So I wasn't supposed to feed that to everybody?
Damn it, Matt!
This is why we don't let you make the snacks.